Hi, my name's Andrew Bradley. I'm going to talk to you about the process for chasing an unpaid debt. So the first step, of course, is to contact the debtor through usual communication channels. Once you've contacted the debtor, be reasonable. There may be reasons why that debt hasn't been paid, and there may be alternative payment proposals which are received which you should consider, because litigating is an expensive and risky process and you can't always recover the costs in litigating. So if having contacted the debtor you've still not been paid, regardless of how reasonable you've been, there are various collection alternatives that are available to you. I'm going to discuss two today. So if the debt's with an individual, you generally need to send a letter of demand setting out the amount that's due and giving 30 days to pay that amount. With a business, again, a letter setting out the amount that's due, why it's due, and giving the business 14 days to pay the debt. A letter of demand may well be sufficient to receive payment, and often by having a solicitor's letterhead, this can accelerate the process. If, however, you've still not been paid and the deadlines you've given have expired, then you may wish to move to the next stage of collection procedure. So the next stage will be to issue proceedings at court and lodge the court fee, which will depend on the amount of money that you're claiming. You should be aware that although you may be able to recover a court fee if you're successful in your application, your legal fees are likely to be capped. And it is very unlikely in a small claims court that you'll receive all of your legal fees back if you have solicitors assisting you. Once court proceedings have been issued, if the debtor does not defend the claim, then within 2 weeks, you'll receive a default judgment. Once you have judgment by default, that will open a range of court proceedings and recovery actions such as instructing bailiffs, etc., etc. The other potential option is to move directly to what's called a statutory demand. This is an insolvency mechanism and can be a useful tool in collection, but you should clearly take professional advice before issuing a statutory demand, because doing so in the wrong circumstances could cause you significant cost consequences. If you have an unpaid debt that you'd like assistance with, or you'd like to talk about our retained services for debt recovery collection, then please feel free to give us a call on the following number. Thank you.